I read a lot of books and sometimes I don't get the opportunity to talk about them, so these are some random books that I've read this year that I just haven't talked about. Deep Cuts is a coming-of-age literary sort of romance. It's set in the 2000s and follows a young college student named Percy as she meets this guy Joe. They become best friends and musical partners. She is great at songwriting and he is a talented performer, and it just follows them throughout about 5 years of their lives as they grow together, grow apart. I really liked it. You know, there are a lot of literary fiction novels out there about disheveled young women who make bad decisions, and a lot of the time I feel like I can't empathize with them because I'm like, I would never make that decision. Honestly, a lot of things that Percy does in this book, even if they are bad, I can empathize with them and I can see myself acting in that way if I had a little less restraint and willpower. So I think I related to her a lot, especially in her experiences with like life and dating. I read one of the oldest books on my physical TBR, City of Brass, and it's not here with me anymore because I did resell it, not because I didn't like it. Like, I actually did like it, I just didn't love it, and I didn't love it enough to read the whole series. I know this is gonna break some hearts. Genuinely, I feel like I just waited too long to read this. Like, if I read this 3 or 4 years ago when I bought the damn book to begin with, I probably would have loved it back then. I really liked the world, I liked the politics. I think what I just didn't care for was the characters. I just didn't really connect with any of them. That's very important to me in fantasy. I need to be rooting for my girls and my guys, you know? Another one of the oldest books in my physical TBR finally got to The Sea of Tranquility. This is weird, and I'm not really sure how I feel about it, but it was a page turner. This is weird, it's sci-fi, genre bending, there's time travel, you're following a couple of different stories as they piece themselves together at the end. That's very vague, but honestly, this book's jacket description is also very vague, so sorry. This is a good book to recommend to somebody that you don't really know very well, I think. I read last year's Riley Sager novel, Middle of the Night. I have a devotion to Riley Sager that I just don't understand anymore because I think I've hated and disliked more of his books than I have liked. If you didn't know, Riley Sager is like a prolific modern day thriller author. This guy writes a book a year. It's about a guy who had a very traumatic incident as a child. Him and his best friend were out camping in his backyard, and in the middle of the night, somebody ripped the tent open and abducted his friend. That boy was never seen again. And now our protagonist is grown up and moves back into that same house. Weird things start happening. Could be ghosts, could be cults. I've lost the plot there. I found this mostly just a bit boring. I gotta read his most recent and then do an updated ranking. It's just a bit that I have to commit to now, you know? Summer Sons is a queer, southern gothic, dark academia novel about guys who like to drive cars. I like the commitment to vibe. I think my one issue is I really disliked all of the characters. Like I just talked about with City of Brass, I just didn't like fall in love with any of them. These guys, I didn't like them. I don't like any of them. Even the protagonist. Sorry, I haven't even told you what it's about. His best friend died, and then he like takes up his place at Vanderbilt, researching Appalachian folklore, and it turns out that maybe his research had something to do with his death. We don't know yet, but I just kind of didn't care about what happened to him. Is that bad?